Alright, so you've been farming for luck gems and you made your favorite unit 100 luck, 200 luck, 300 luck. But now you wonder, what does luck even do? Well, the main thing that luck does is increases the amount of rewards you get whenever you finish a stage. So whenever you finish a stage, you see those like on the bottom of your screen, you see like luck chest or whatever it says, and then you see a few amount of chests depending on how high your highest unit luck is. For that to happen, that unit does not have to be the leader. You can just have the unit on the team with the highest luck. For example, my highest luck is Chloe, so she is a luck unit, a unit that you farm luck for. Who are units that you farm luck for? Basically, if you go to expeditions and you go to missions and you go to trial, everyone under the trial are luck units, because you can get them, you can farm for them, and you can get them up to either 80 or 100 or and maximum 140. So all units have different max luck, but the maximum is 140, and Chloe is one of them. So in my opinion, Chloe is the best luck unit, but that everyone has different opinions. So anyway, as I was saying, you now have luck. So let's say, for example, my SG Lisa has 100 luck. So like I just explained, one of the things that you get from having high luck is more rewards, especially in multiplayer. 80 luck is the minimum that you need, and if you have everyone with if everyone is using food, so 4 players are using food, then that will give 20 luck, and that will go up to 100 luck. And 100 luck is the max amount of luck that you can use in multiplayer as not the leader. If you are the leader, the max luck is 300 as normal. So anyway, I'll just put a picture here so that you can pause the video if you want to like understand how luck works. Anyway, so back to luck. So now what you might be wondering is, you have 100 luck and you might or might have not heard of luck points. What to do with luck points? That is what I'm going to be going over in this video. I'm going to be talking about luck points, what you need to do with them, and what to spend them on depending on each unit. So I will say though, before I explain it, everyone's opinion is different. My opinion is to use your luck points on these kind of things, but someone else might disagree. So if you're not 100% sure, ask few people before you actually decide to use your luck points. But one thing we all have in common is that when you have a unit at either 30 or 60 luck, the first thing you do is max your crest. That is just common knowledge. Like, that is, you need to know, you need to do this. So it doesn't matter which unit it is. Some units, every crossover before Kenshin needs 60 luck. Every crossover after Kenshin, crossover unit after Kenshin needs 30 luck to get an extra crest slot. And all GS units also need 30 luck. So let's go back to my SG Lisa. If you press on the unit and you press on enhance, and then you either swipe to the swiping does work. Okay, so you either swipe to the left or press that luck buff button, then you see this. This is where you use your luck points. Like I just explained, the first thing you need to do is spend it on crest. Literally, you never ever spend any points, even if it's 1 or 2 or 3, ever spend any points until you did the crest. It doesn't matter what unit it is. For example, just to give you an example, my Toma here, he is at 30 luck. If you go to enhance and you look here, I have not spent a single luck point. Not a single one. And that doesn't apply for just Toma, it applies for generally all my units. Look, Berwick, 5 points, not used a single one. Same goes for Zard, not a single point used. Same goes for Azel, not a single point used. Why? Because crest, the crest, extra crest slot is the best and the first thing that you need to get, and that costs 30, like I just said. So don't do anything. Literally, just if you don't have 30 luck, you will not use your luck points. It's just, yes, you need to do that. So however, if you do have 100 luck, 30 luck or more, then what you want to do is, like I just said, use it on your crest. And once you've done your crest, then everything else will depend on the units. Now, I'm going to use my SG Lisa as an example. I have spent I did I don't know how much it exactly is because I don't want to think out of the top of my head, but 5%. So I've done it 5 times on skill CT speed. I'm going to be completely honest with you, I regret doing that. Because yes, SG Lisa's skill is very, very useful. It is very good, and it gives herself art gauge and the entire team art gauge, and that's one of the best skills in the game. So that is really good. However, this skill CT speed increase, 5%. 5% is quite a lot, I have to agree, but it doesn't make much difference because most of the time you will be either using your true arts or your super arts. Your true arts and super arts take longer than for your skill to refresh. So getting these increase, like percentage increase on your skill, like your skill will be finished and you are SG Lisa will still be in her super arts or true arts because they take so long, and therefore that 5% is not going to do anything because yes, you're going to get it quicker, but you're going to be in your true arts or super arts like animation, and by that time that the animation is finished, that skill will already be finished. Like you can already cast it again, and you can't cast your skill while they are casting their arts or true arts or super arts, and that's the problem. Now look, it is very useful when she has no arts gen, and when she has no arts and she needs that quick arts gen, then the skill CT increase does come in clutch. But when she doesn't, which most of the time, I'm gonna be honest, most of the time my SG Lisa never needs arts because I have good equips on her and she's always able to true arts or super arts. But when I do need it, this skill CT comes in clutch a little bit, but most of the time it doesn't. So now you might be wondering, so okay, you don't spend it on skill CT speed, probably spend it on art gauge. Absolutely not. But like I just said, that is my opinion. I think spending it on art gauge is terrible. It is genuinely, I would never, because I have started to look at like how much luck you need to get like 20 art gauge or 10 art gauge. It is stupid. It is very stupid. 20 to get the full, like the maximum art gauge with like 20 out of 20 costs 240 luck if I'm not wrong, or it costs about 200 luck. What? Just mind you, it's just 20 arts. It is not 50, it is not 100, it is just 20 arts for 200 luck. I am not doing that. But like I just said, that's my personal opinion, but I am not doing that. There are certain units that really could use the art gauge. For example, one of the units I would do it on is Freerun. Why? Because Freerun genuinely needs the arts gen. She has no use for skill CT speed, and HP, attack, and defense aren't that beneficial to her. So, I mean, that is technically wrong because HP, defense, and attack are beneficial to every single unit. So that's why I kind of want to be like, I don't know, but like, Freerun does need the art gen. She really needs the art gen. She needs to true art. She needs to art. She needs to super art. She needs to make use of her entire kit. And that also makes Freerun really good, by the way. So I would love to have art gauge on her, but still 20 art gauge for 200 luck. And as you can see, I pitied Freerun, so I only have her at 1 luck. I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know if that 200 luck is worth art gauge. So what I would do is, I don't have Freerun right here, but let's just go to Okun. What I would do is 30 luck on crest, like obviously, and then maybe 10 on art gauge, and then the rest on HP, attack, and defense. Why am I saying HP, attack, and defense? Because in all fairness, that HP, attack, and defense will permanently help you out on whatever stage you're doing. HP, you know, you're my tank here, especially on Freerun, for example, because she needs that 10,000. I mean, she already gets it with her true weapon, but you get the point. Like, she gets that more HP. Attack, she deals a little bit more damage. Defense, she dies less quicker. And so, it's a personal opinion, but I think base stats are really good. And it's really satisfying to see that your base stats are increased and you have more base stats than other people. It's just how I feel. So, when it comes to Freerun, I would, for example, do 10 art gauge and then the rest equally to HP, attack, and defense. So if we go to my SG Lisa, you can see here I have 300 on HP, 300 on attack, and 200 on defense. I have calculated a bit. I did it a while ago, so I can't remember exactly. But I can get all of these. I can get all of these to 1000 and still have a few points left at 300 luck, by the way. I'm talking about 300 luck. So at 300 luck, I can get all of these 2000, or was it 500? I don't even know, but I think it's 500, not 1000. I can get all of these to 500 and still have a little bit of points left, and then the rest I might put either in skill city speed or in art gauge. I'm not sure yet, but like having that 500 HP, 500 attack, and 500 defense up just looks nice. Because if you, for example, play in multiplayer, you can see here, like you're getting plus 1400 HP and 600 attack and blah blah from your LB. So whatever LB your unit is, the higher it is, the more that yellow numbers will increase. And the purple numbers are from your luck points. And I think it's just nice to see that you actually have increased stats because of your luck points. And then when you go into a quest as well, you will see that you will have more HP. You will see that you will deal more damage, and you will see that you will take less damage because of the increased HP, attack, and defense. And in my personal opinion, I think that's just a better way. But you have to remember and think very carefully. It depends on the unit. Because for example, if we go to Okaroon, nope. Every single luck point is going to attack. There's not a single point that is not going to attack, except that of crest. I put 30 in crest, the rest is going, literally all of it is going to attack. And once I have maxed his attack out, which is at 100, 1000, which is at 1000. So once I max his attack out at 1000, the rest I will put in skill city speed, because his skill gives archgen and it's really good. I was thinking of actually putting it in HP, but I thought nah, skill city speed is actually more useful, because that little bit of archgen that he will get extra is nice, since he already has the 1000 attack up. Because mind you, he has the attack ratio. So yeah. So that is what I would do. So it depends on the unit. For Okaroon, I would just do crest as usual and full attack. I think it costs 260 luck or 250 luck. I don't know. I should have calculated it before looking at before making this video. But it's like it costs around 250 luck to have the crest, the 30 luck from the crest, and the rest on the rest of the luck points on attack. So yeah, and I think that is much more worth than having it on 20 art gauge, especially on Okaroon. So like I said, it depends on the unit. And what I believe is putting all your luck points in attack and then the rest in skill city speed is really useful for Okaroon, because like I just said, his skill gives arch and he has the attack ratio, so you want him to deal a ton of damage, and he will do a lot more damage once you have all those points on attack. And same goes for Misaka, my Misaka as well. Once I get my Misaka to a higher luck, that is not Misaka, which I will put all her points into attack. All her points will just completely go into attack. And once her attack is maxed out, I will put it into skill city speed as well, because she also benefits from her skill. Yes, she does need art gauge at the beginning, but the art gauge in the beginning will only benefit me in the beginning. If I put it in skill city speed, that skill city increase will benefit me throughout the entirety of the quest. And that is why I believe that art gauge is the most useless one. Unless, of course, there is a unit. Like, for example, who is a good example? HK Roy. HK Roy? Oh yeah, 100% put it in fully into art gauge. Why? Because you want him to super art immediately. He does not need to art. He does not need to true art. He just wants to instantly get that super art. So for HK Roy, yes, you can put it into art gauge. But for a lot of units, that art gauge is better off in skill city speed. Do you get my point? And HK Roy does not need that attack. I mean, okay, yes, he kind of does, but that is honestly a decision that you need to make yourself. Do you prefer having him deal more damage, or do you prefer having him getting to his super arts quicker? So that's like a decision that you need to make. But for like units like Misaka, like Okaroon, like actual DPSs and nukers, Hero Saitama, what's his name, Saito, Hajime, attack, just fully into attack. And once that attack is maxed out, I actually don't know what Hajime and Saitama give with their or do with their skill, but if it's like Archgen, then go for the skill. If it's not, then go for Art Gauge. But most importantly, get that crest first. Like, not a single unit in this game does not need the crest. The crest is much more beneficial than the skill city speed, Art Gauge, defense, attack, and HP. Literally all of them. And also, just quickly to show you, if we go right here, summon Miyu. My summon Miyu is at 60 luck. Unfortunately, I got her from the ticket, so I only had her at 1 luck. So I needed to give her 4 actual luck gems instead of fate luck gems to get her to 60. Because, in case you haven't realized, 60 luck is what you need for summon Miyu to get her 3rd crest slot. And as you can see here, there is no option to put your luck points into art gates and skill city speed because she is an older unit. She is a unit that got released before Kenshin, and like I just said, after every crossover after Kenshin, their units will need only 30 luck to get the last crest slot, and Summon Miyu is not one of them, so I needed 60 luck. And you can see here 250 is the max you can get from the luck points at 120 luck. So once you have a unit from a crossover that came out before Kenshin, if you their max luck is 120, and at 120 luck, HP, attack, defense, and the crest will all be maxed out. So actually, do I have a unit? No, I don't have a unit like that. The closest I have is, yes, I do have a unit like that. Actually, hold up, just to show you, I have Nui. So my Nui is at 120 luck, and as you can see here, max, because that is just how they work. But for example, if we go to newer crossover units like Freerun or Okrun, then as you can see here, the max is not 250, it is 1000 attack, 1000 HP, 1000 defense. You have the option to put it into R gates and skill CT speed, and crest only costs 30 instead of 60. So yeah, now I got to explain this, and just to go over it once more, use your luck points on the stat that unit needs the most. For example, Okrun, put it on attack, don't put it on anything else. If you're a person that gave Okrun all your luck, which is 100% understandable, by the way, put his luck points into crest and fully into attack. Do you have him at 300 luck? Bless you, seriously, then great, put it fully into attack, and then the rest put it in skill CT speed. He doesn't need art gauge. There is no need for you to put it into art gauge, because he won't benefit from it, because he has the jumpstart passive. He gets 200 art gauge every single wave, unless you are someone that want to be high in the list on the leaderboard and want him to support like as soon as possible. Then I assume, like, I guess you could, but I still wouldn't recommend it. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, so I hope you understand my explanation. I hope you understand why I'm saying don't put it into art gauge. There's only a few units that, not a few, but not many units need that luck point on art gauge. Another unit that I just thought of is Shiro. Shiro needs that support immediately. So yes, he doesn't need HP, he doesn't need attack, he doesn't need defense, he doesn't need any of those 3. So in fact, but Shiro is an old unit. Never mind. You can't put it into art gauge. Never mind. I didn't say that. But if he wasn't, I would put it into art gauge, and the rest I would put in skill CT speed after putting crest. So, but I hope you get the point what I'm trying to say here about where you need to put your where you need to spend your luck points on. So yeah, I hope this video helped. That's pretty much what I wanted to explain. If I was a little bit unclear on how you need to spend your luck points on, make sure to join the Discord server. It will be in the description. Just add me or ping me, or DM me or ping me, whatever you want, and I will gladly help you. Alright, that's going to be all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that it helped, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.